Throughout the first two stages of the 2019 Overwatch League, we've seen this play dozens of times. The idea is straightforward. Zarya's Graviton Surge locks everyone down, and D.Va's Self-Destruct blows everyone up. Deadly as the combo is, it's often ruined by a simple Reinhardt shield. Teams have a few ways around the shield. They can have their Lucio jump in for a disruptive boop, they can have their Brigitte stun the enemy Reinhardt, or they can add another ultimate into the mix, Earthshatter. Teams combo Earthshatter with Graviton Surge and Self-Destruct, they'll often throw the Self-Destruct behind the enemy team instead of on top. This forces the enemy Reinhardt into a 50-50. If they turn around to block the D.Va ult, they risk getting Earthshattered. On the other hand, if the Reinhardt never turns around, the Self-Destruct lands. On paper, this seems foolproof. That is, unless you're OG of the Dallas Fuel. Let's take a look at how his insane game sense and reactions allowed him to anticipate this combo and shut it down. Dallas Fuel had just taken the first checkpoint on Rialto and were heading into a big engagement with the Toronto Defiant at the underpass. AKM lobbed his Graviton Surge right into the Defiant, and Note immediately threw his Self-Destruct behind them. On the Defiant side, I'm37 and Envy responded with the exact same combo. However, the Defiant had an extra advantage, Yakpung's Earthshatter. But in an incredible display of anticipation and reaction, Fuel's OG blocked both ultimates with his shield. Up until this point, the Toronto Defiant had used 0 ultimates. So, when the Defiant's Graviton Surge and Self-Destruct come out like this, OG is aware that an Earthshatter is likely to follow. To maximize his chances of blocking both, OG had to wait until the absolute last second to block the bomb before immediately whipping back around to catch the Earthshatter. Theoretically, if Earthshatter and Self-Destruct hit simultaneously, OG could only block one. But due to the Fuel's earlier engage timing, he had the window to block both. The Fuel used their Self-Destruct just before the Defiant, so rather than timing his Earthshatter perfectly with Envy's Self-Destruct, Yakpung had to turn to shield the Defiant from Note's Self-Destruct. This split second bought OG the time to block both of the Defiant's ultimates. Now, the timing window created by the Defiant's offset ults gave OG the time to react, but it was Zachary who ensured that OG even got the chance to. A Brigitte's job in a 3-3 comp is simple. Protect your Reinhardt. Let's watch how Zachary played this out. As the Toronto Defiant's Graviton Surge expires, Zachary targets OG's biggest threat, the enemy Brigitte. As soon as Zachary regains movement, he immediately charges Ivy with a shield bash, preventing the Brigitte from stunning or whip-shotting his Reinhardt. If Ivy had hit OG probably wouldn't have been able to block the Earthshatter. But thanks to Zachary's interception, OG had nothing to worry about. With the Defiant's engagement foiled, the Fuel swiftly surged into the underpass to retake the fight. The Fuel focused down Yakpung, forcing the enemy main tank behind the corner. With no enemy shield to worry about, OG dropped his own Earthshatter onto the exposed Defiant players. With half of the Toronto Defiant splayed across the ground, the Dallas Fuel quickly swept up the remaining players to finish the teamfight at the underpass.